Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today it's all about key lime pie. And this is a pie that became famous in Florida, in Key West, and it's been used all over. There are many versions of it, but we are going to make what I would consider a really true original version. And that uses sweetened condensed milk, it uses key lime juice, a little sugar, egg yolks. So it's a custard, and it's baked typically in a graham cracker crust, and that is what we're going to do. Lots of deliciousness, lots of fun, and then we're going to top it with whipped cream. So before I get started, I want you to click the notification button, become a subscriber, so you don't have to miss any of my tips or videos, ever, ever, ever. And I love having you as a subscriber. Okay, let's get started. So I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I have a Pyrex pie plate, 9 inches in diameter. It does not have to be super deep, but you want to make sure it's about 9 inches. And I put it on a sheet pan covered in foil or parchment paper, whatever, because I don't want to touch the sides with the hot mitt. I really don't want to make any marks or get graham crackers all over the hot mitt, or worse, the oven. All right, that's not good. So let's make our crust. And we're going to only bake this for about 10 minutes, so it's not a big deal. 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. You can either make them yourself, but I just buy the crumbs. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And you're going to just mix that up. And then we're going to add 6 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. And I have this measuring cup here, or just like a flat surface, so I can push it into my pie plate, and that will give it a nice, tight sort of compaction. Or is that a word? But it will compact it enough that hopefully you'll get a nicer slice when it comes out. So I'm going to get that in there. You're going to mix it up. It's going to look a little like wet sand, as it should. So you're going to just move to coat all the graham cracker crumbs with the butter. Oh, I love graham cracker crusts. I love them. And you can make such easy pies with them. And this is one of the easiest. I used to make this version in a restaurant that I worked in, and we used to make individual ones. So that was a lot of fun. And sometimes we would serve them with little coconut macaroons and whipped cream. So it was sort of a tropical key lime tart. It was delicious. But this is a key lime pie. And now we're going to just put all these crumbs in our pie shell, or our pie pan. All right. And then I'm just going to gently push. I like a thick crust. I don't know about you. I like it thick. And we just want it to come together. All right. We want the crust to come together. And you can even use your hands as well. And you really want to push, push, push. And sort of edge that. I'm going to bring it up here so you can see it. I'm going to edge the measuring cup into the corner, or the edges. There's really not a corner in a circle, is there? So we're just going to move it around. And see how I'm pushing it up? It doesn't have to be pretty. It's all going to get covered by whipped cream. And that is going to be delicious. So we're just going to keep going. And with your other hand, just push down so you have a nice little rim. All right, a nice little rim. And what's good about it is if you mess up, it's graham crackers. You just reshape it, reform it. All right. You don't want one area to be thicker than the other, because the thickest piece is my piece. I always like a lot of thick graham cracker crumbs. I love my crust with lots of graham cracker crumbs. Yeah, when I went to Key West, I think I tried a gazillion different variations in various restaurants. Some had cream cheese in them and no eggs, and some had egg yolks, and some had whole eggs. But typically most use that sweetened condensed milk, key lime juice, and egg yolks, which is a custard, some form of dairy, egg, and the egg thickens. So I'm just going to push that, all right? And there you have it. My oven is preheated to 350. I'm going to put this in for about 10 minutes, and I'll see you back here. So my wonderful graham cracker crust has come out of the oven. It's cooled down, and now we're ready to make our glorious filling. So I have 1 can. It's approximately 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. That's the real thick milk, and that is milk, whole milk, that has been actually, they reduce it 60% so that it's really thick and gooey. And it's usually used in confections and things like that because it is just so wonderfully sweetened and thick. It's not evaporated milk, it's sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And I'm going to whisk this until the sugar has sort of dissolved a bit. Okay. I have my oven, I reduced it from when my graham cracker crust was baking at 350. I reduced my oven temperature to 325 degrees Fahrenheit because we do not want to overcook our custard and curdle our egg yolks. Okay, so once you have your beautiful sugary, even more sugary sweetened condensed milk, but we needed that because we're going to add our beautiful lime juice. So this is 2/3 cup of key lime juice. You can buy it bottled in the grocery store. I do recommend not squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. If you can't find key limes, you can use regular lime juice as well. You do want unsweetened lime juice. You don't want sweetened because this is already sweet enough with the sweetened condensed milk. And then I'm going to add 3 large egg yolks. So there's no whites in there, there's just yolks. But save the whites. You can actually freeze them. So you can date them and label them and put them in an airtight container. And you can keep them for months in your freezer. And then if you ever want to make a meringue, you have it. So it's great. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a wonderful whiff of that lime juice. So good. Now this is a very easy filling. You can do it in an electric mixer, but why would you? It's just so easy to do like this, okay? All right, so now we're ready to put this in our shell. All right, and I'm gonna go grab a rubber spatula to get every morsel in here. I'm gonna pour this in. Oh, beautiful. And it fills the 9-inch graham cracker crust beautifully. You don't want to overdo it. Remember, we're going to have whipped cream on top. So that's going to make it even more special. Okay? So it's going into the oven, 325 degrees for about 23 to 25 minutes. It will get a little jiggly still in the center. Don't worry about it. And a knife put into the center will not come out clean. So it just should be slightly jiggly. All right? See you back. So my key lime pie came out of the oven. It's beautiful. It has been chilling. Remember, it came out a little jiggly, and that is okay. Don't get concerned, because that's what happens with custard pies. Especially this one, it will actually thicken up as it cools, and then in the refrigerator, it actually gets nice and firm. So it's going to make a beautiful, nice, firm slice for you. And I already made my whipped cream. So I have a little heavy cream, about 1½ cups, 3 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar just to give it some slight sweetness. And I always give it a little blast of pure vanilla extract, about a teaspoon. Beat the whole thing up until you have stiff peaks. And that's what we're going to top our pie with. Now, look what I've done to garnish. I actually took these long pieces of zest, all right, of the lime. So this is just a raw lime, and it's beautiful just to garnish on the top. And I also made these cute lime chips, and you can make them too. They're super easy. Just preheat your oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Slice a lime very, very thin. Place it on a foil-lined sheet pan or even parchment-lined sheet pan. Just separate them. Put it in the oven for about 2 to 2½ hours. Remember, it's only 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Take them out, and they're like chips. They're amazing. All right, so let's top this beauty. All right, and this is our original key lime pie. And of course, I've made lime curd meringue tarts, but this is different. This is your actual key lime, traditional key lime pie. So now you're just going to swirl it around. Make sure you touch the whipped cream to the beautiful graham cracker crust. All right, and give it a little swirl. A little swirl. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I can't wait to dig into this. Okay, first we have to garnish. First we have to try. So good. So I'm going to put a little bit of my lime zest on top. Really pretty. Don't overdo it. Then just put your lime chips on, just any which way you want. It's so inviting. It just looks so beautiful. And if that's not gorgeous, I don't know what is. What a gorgeous dessert for summer or anytime. I hope you become a subscriber. I hope you make this key lime pie. Till next time.